Hello, dear viewers, and a very warm welcome back to our channel. Today, we delve into a developing story from the heart of the British monarchy, one that casts a long shadow over a prominent royal figure and highlights the persistent challenges facing the House of Windsor. We're talking about Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, and a desperate behind-the-scenes scramble by his closest advisors as a potentially devastating book looms on the horizon, mere days away from its public release. This isn't just another news cycle, it's a strategic battle playing out in the quiet corridors of power, with significant implications for the royal family's already delicate public image. Before we unravel the intricate details of this unfolding drama, please do take a moment to show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more in-depth explorations of the world's most compelling stories. Your engagement truly helps us bring you content like this. The royal family, as many of you know, has navigated a particularly tumultuous period in recent years. From significant transitions of power to deeply personal controversies, the spotlight on the Windsors has rarely been more intense. At the center of much of this scrutiny, particularly regarding past associations and allegations, stands Prince Andrew, the second son of the late Queen Elizabeth II and the Duke of York. His name has become inextricably linked with the infamous Jeffrey Epstein scandal, a connection that has fundamentally altered his public standing and significantly diminished his role within the monarchy. For those perhaps less familiar with the intricate layers of this ongoing saga, let us first provide some essential context. Prince Andrew, once a celebrated naval officer, a veteran of the Falklands War, and a full-time working royal, saw his public life unravel dramatically following revelations of his close friendship with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. These ties were not merely social, they led to grave accusations against the Duke himself. Among the most prominent of these accusers is Virginia Giuffre, who alleged she was trafficked by Epstein and forced to have sexual relations with Prince Andrew on multiple occasions when she was underage. The Duke has vehemently denied these allegations, consistently asserting his innocence. The turning point for Prince Andrew's public career came in November 2019, with a disastrous interview on the BBC's Newsnight program. His attempt to clear his name spectacularly backfired, drawing widespread criticism for his perceived lack of empathy for Epstein's victims, his unusual explanations for certain photographs, and his general demeanor. The fallout was immediate and severe. Within days, Prince Andrew announced he would step back from all public duties, a decision that effectively ended his life as a working royal. This was followed by his subsequent removal from military patronages and his use of the His Royal Highness style in an official capacity, further underscoring the severity of the situation. Despite the Duke's withdrawal from public life and the out-of-court settlement reached in a civil sexual assault lawsuit brought against him by Ms. Giuffre in the United States, the shadow of the Epstein scandal continues to loom large. It's a wound that has never fully healed for the royal family, a constant reminder of the immense reputational damage incurred. And now it appears another wave of potential scandal is about to break, threatening to reopen old wounds and inflict fresh pain. The focal point of this imminent storm is a new book, a memoir detailing the life and experiences of Virginia Giuffre titled Nobody's Girl, a memoir of surviving abuse and fighting for justice. This volume is slated for release on October 21st. The description alone, as found on platforms like Amazon, paints a vivid and compelling picture. It is described as intimate, fierce, unforgettable, delving into a powerful story of an ordinary girl who would grow up to confront the adversity and trauma of the darkest form. The release of such a deeply personal and potentially revelatory account, especially one authored by someone so central to the allegations against Prince Andrew, is undoubtedly a matter of profound concern for the Duke and his inner circle. It is this very publication, this forthcoming memoir, that has triggered the desperate maneuvers currently being undertaken by Prince Andrew's close aides. According to a recent column by Ephraim Hardcastle in the Daily Mail, these aides are desperately trying to find a way to get a hold of an advanced copy of Nobody's Girl. Their objective is clear: to gain a crucial head start, to understand the precise context and content of the book before it reaches the wider public. Why such urgency? The answer lies in the anticipated fallout. They need to know what fresh details might emerge. what new allegations might be revisited, or what emotional narratives could be presented that would prove particularly humiliating for Andrew. Imagine, if you will, the scene. A small, dedicated team working feverishly, perhaps late into the night, strategizing how to preempt a public relations disaster. Their mission is to gather intelligence, to arm themselves with knowledge that could potentially mitigate the impact of the book's release. This isn't merely about curiosity, it's about crisis management, about preparing a response, about attempting to control a narrative that, for so long, has seemed to slip beyond their grasp. The word desperately in Hardcastle's report is key here, conveying the high stakes and the immense pressure under which these individuals are operating. The report goes on to detail the rather intriguing, almost clandestine methods being employed in this quest for an advance copy. Prince Andrew's allies are reportedly approaching a bookshop near Buckingham Palace, hoping to find an establishment amenable to slipping a copy or two of a problematic volume to a flunky a day or two in advance. This imagery conjures a scene straight out of a spy novel, a discreet exchange in a quiet corner, away from prying eyes. The choice of location, a bookshop near Buckingham Palace, is also telling. It suggests an attempt to maintain a degree of discretion, perhaps leveraging existing relationships or simply choosing a place where such a request might be handled with a degree of understanding, or at least without immediate public exposure. The term flunky, though somewhat archaic, adds to this sense of a covert operation, implying a subordinate or aide tasked with a sensitive, perhaps even slightly illicit, errand. The phrase problematic volume perfectly encapsulates the perception of the book from the royal perspective. It's not just a book, it's a potential weapon, a source of renewed scrutiny and public condemnation. The aim is clear: to obtain the text before the embargo lifts, to scrutinize every page, every sentence, every nuance, and to formulate a strategy for damage control. This could involve preparing preemptive statements, briefing legal teams, or simply understanding the full scope of what the Duke will face once the book is widely available. This impending publication and the frantic efforts to contain its potential fallout are not isolated incidents. They represent yet another headache for King Charles III and the wider royal family. The new monarch, still in the relatively early stages of his reign, is striving to project an image of stability, modernization, and continuity. However, the lingering controversies surrounding Prince Andrew, combined with other recent events, continue to complicate this endeavor. The monarchy, a venerable institution, relies heavily on public trust and goodwill, and repeated scandals involving senior members can erode that foundation. Indeed, this new development follows closely on the heels of another uncomfortable revelation. The leak of an email from Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York and Prince Andrew's former wife, to the aforementioned convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. While the content of the email itself hasn't been fully disclosed in the original prompt, the mere fact of its existence and the implication of continued communication or association with Epstein has reignited public outrage. Even after Epstein's death and the various legal proceedings, any connection to him, however tangential, is toxic for anyone associated with the royal family. The email leak, in particular, has prompted strong calls from the public to ban the Duke and Duchess of York from public-facing royal engagements. This reflects a growing demand for accountability and a desire to see the monarchy maintain the highest standards of conduct and association. Public-facing royal engagements are the lifeblood of the monarchy's connection with its people. They involve attending official ceremonies, opening charities, representing the crown at national events, and generally embodying the public service aspect of royalty. If Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson are to be permanently excluded from such roles, it would signify a definitive and perhaps irreversible diminishment of their public standing, effectively relegating them to a purely private existence, stripped of any official royal duties or recognition. This would, of course, have profound implications for their financial arrangements, security, and overall status. The public's insistence on such a ban underscores a fundamental shift in how the monarchy is perceived and what is expected of its members in the 21st century. Gone are the days when royal transgressions could be easily swept under the rug. In an era of instant information and heightened scrutiny, the public demands transparency, integrity, and a clear separation from anything that could tarnish the institution's reputation. The ongoing saga of Prince Andrew serves as a stark reminder of these evolving expectations and the relentless pressure on the royal family to adapt. In conclusion, the days leading up to October 21st promise to be tense ones for Prince Andrew and his dedicated team. The frantic efforts to secure an advance copy of Virginia Giuffre's memoir, Nobody's Girl, highlight the very real fear of further reputational damage. This is not just a personal challenge for the Duke. It is another significant test for King Charles III and the entire institution of the British monarchy, still grappling with the fallout from past controversies and striving to forge a new path in a rapidly changing world. The public's eye remains firmly fixed on Buckingham Palace, awaiting the next chapter in this unfolding royal drama. What are your thoughts on these developments? Do you believe Prince Andrew's aides are justified in their desperate attempts to obtain an advance copy? And what do you think the long-term implications of these ongoing controversies will be for the Duke of York and the wider royal family? Please share your perspectives and insights in the comment section below. We always appreciate hearing from you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth discussions, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next update on this or any other compelling story. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.